Right, everybody, welcome back, PT Launch Lab. I'm not sure what episode we're on, so we're just gonna get straight into it. But I'm joined today with my friend Pembo.
Good to see you, Ray.
How we doing, mate?
Well, good, mate.
Is this your first podcast?
Yeah, first podcast and like that.
Right, so like I've just said to you before we started, mate, I'm just gonna go right from where we are today. So everyone I sort of bring in, I try and get around the fitness industry, whether it's if they're competing in a sport or the PTing, and then what we'll do is we'll go back through all nice. Yellow, no, yeah, not best story. Most of the stuff can't be said on camera. But yeah, mate. So where are we from today? Obviously, you've had your stints in your boxing.
Yeah, so I was meant to be fighting this month. Training hard for it. Got down to weight 80 kilograms. I was like 8 weeks out, flying, felt lovely. Unfortunately, I tore my bicep, so I was out, meant to have surgery. It's thrown me off the boxing track a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've just fully locked into the fitness side of it again, kept my fitness on point.
So as
Really.
So can you not box now for?
Well, I feel like I've got the strength back.
Yeah.
But it's not 100%.
What about the feet?
Yeah, I can still flex. He's actually gone now.
Is it?
The bicep.
Let's have a look. Give one to camera. Here we go.
Gone complete. So if my opponent's watching, I didn't pussy out. It actually snapped. Honestly.
You can't deny that.
Yeah.
Can't you? So obviously I've seen you at Burns Bootcamp. So obviously, do you take part in them and teach it?
Yeah, so basically I went to Burns Bootcamp a year ago, just off the cuff, randomly turned up, booked on for a session, fucking absolutely loved it, literally fell in love with the place, the community, the environment, everything. Started training there, so I train there 4 times a week now, and I run a boxing class on a Wednesday evening, so... I also help out occasionally if there's like a big event on with it.
And also, do they do like the in-house like high rock sort of stuff as well?
No, they don't do high rocks. They do a competition called Fitness of Fury, which is literally savage as fuck.
Yeah.
And then they have like what Berno does is he'll have like a mushette camp for the ladies.
Yeah.
And then he'll put a mushette camp. It's a right name, innit? It's a good crack as well, actually. And then he'll get a DJ in. DJ will play, and it's basically you're partying, just without any drugs, any alcohol, just buzzing off dopamine from it.
Best way, mate. Best way.
It's an amazing setup.
Oh, good. So, and what's your relationship down with Golden Team? Obviously, I seen it there the other day. Yeah. We both trained down at Golden Team. Obviously, you teach out at Golden Team as well. So, obviously, that'll be probably your longest time you spent at a gym, won't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I love Golden Team. Golden Team, it's where I started when I left the army. Obviously, P. Good mate, owner of the gym, Perry McDonough. I've trained with P over the years, and now I've left the employment that I was working as a delivery driver. I'm now a full-time boxing coach because my client base just got so busy that I didn't have time for the other work, and I actually enjoy doing the boxing coaching. So I just
it's
burst into it.
Oh, you're passionate about as well, and it's that's why I wanted to get you on, mate. I tell everyone who I say, I just say, obviously I know where it's all come from, and like in your partying days and stuff like that, and like the energy that you've got when you're training people. I've never seen one session, whether you're in a group session in front of like 100 people, shout, or you've got one in. It's exactly the same level of energy. And
the way I see it is that if it's 1, 10 or 100, they're all paying the same money. They all deserve the same experience. You know what I mean? And for me, if a client came in, and don't get me wrong, I'll have days where I'm feeling a bit flat, but I'll put my emotions to one side.
Game fair.
And I'll just
put the mask
like literally 5 minutes before a session, I might feel like shit. As soon as that client walks in the door, I'm like, right.
You got like,
fucking
that's you sort of you make it hard for yourself. I'm exactly the same, and I think you've got to be like that. Like, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's almost forced, but that's what people expect, and that's why they buy into you. They pay for the personality, don't they? So
definitely, like, listen, I've seen coaches in the past where you turn up and they're like, ugh. Do this, do that.
Yeah.
And the way I
say, don't even want to be this.
Yeah. And they're on the phone 24/7, and I think, fucking hell, if you haven't got no energy, how are you expecting me? I'm not saying you should be motivated by someone else 24/7, but if you're looking at your coach and he's fucking
and also
get motivated, innit?
Also, you become, obviously, it's always a joke within like fitness community, like you become like a counsellor, don't you? But but like
I roll from being game counsel to counselling fucking hundreds now.
So that's what, but it's like, I've seen it go the other way as well with where the client's almost counselling the PT,
Yeah.
where they come in and they're down. The worst I've seen it, I'll not name no names, like this one, but like other gyms I've been to, bodybuilding PTs, and they're coming in and they're coming, are you feeling you're right? Shit, I'm on low carbs. I think no one asks you what carbs you're on, and they can't wait to tell them. Like, I mean, I feel like unless I'm out of the loop, right, I feel like that phase has passed. But wow, I used to that was my biggest pet hate in the gym war. That people had as soon as you come in, how you feeling?
That.
Shit,
I
low
understand
carbs.
that because sometimes, like, I don't get me wrong, I don't mind listening to people's stories,
Yeah.
because when they're coming to the gym, they're not probably as always coming just to work out. They're coming to like a little bit of therapy.
Oh,
It's
100%.
9 times out of 10, the majority of people are coming to get away from the birds. It's like fact. So they're going to have a little spiel about whatever's going on in their life. But when it becomes 24/7,
Yeah.
negativity breeds negativity.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to someone rabbiting on,
Yeah.
it's like you start taking that burden
Yeah.
on. You have to have a balance. But the more you start entertaining it, fucking hell, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
You go from hearing about someone's low carb to hearing about a divorce, fucking finances, the job lot.
It's like you just said, a good way to look at it is just having a good balance in it.
Yeah,
And people know you.
It's like
and,
out in life.
yeah, of course it is. And you can tell people as well. Like, I'm slightly different, say, when it comes to fight week, I'm a little bit more serious, a little bit less leeway in terms of if someone's slacking, which I used to be really bad for. Like, I used to lose loads of clients, right, when I was training for a fight, and then they'd be halfway through a round and they'd just stop. I just couldn't deal with it in my head because, but what I had to do is separate how I am compared to other people because, mate, they're not all training for fights.
And also different mindsets completely.
Yeah.
You're in fight week, so your mindset in that
And they're just,
is like
and they're just, most people, like exactly what you just said, right? They want to get away. They've got 1 hour in their life where they're not thinking about bills, they're not thinking about the kids, they're not thinking about what they're making for. They're coming just to have a good time, and they've got an hour where their brain's completely relaxed.
Well, this is the thing now with fitness as well. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last year, it maybe because I'm getting older and my circles have changed, but no one's really asked for going out now.
No.
Getting pissed and getting fucked up. Everyone, the social thing now is training together. And I think back 10 years ago, and if I fucking mentioned to any of my mates, come on, let's go and have a session on a Saturday morning, a Sunday morning in rain, lifting weights and running around, they'd gone, fucking hell, he's lost his mind. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Everyone's evolving out there.
Yeah.
And like, everyone's getting into the fitness industry, and it's good. It's good to see.
Right, mate. Do you know what? That is a perfect time to drag it right back in it. Yeah. But let's. How did first of all, mate? How did we get here? So you become a PT, you're a full-time boxing coach.
Yeah.
Right. How did we get here though? So how did this all this fitness thing come about? Were it to get you out of a bad place? What were the old habits? I sort of know, but obviously for anyone watching,
Everyone knows. Everyone knows. So I joined the army when I was 16. Joined the infantry. I'll cut that bit short. I left when I was 24. I got a little stint in jail in the army. Fucked up, making stupid decisions. Left the army, and I had no purpose. Nothing. So I boxed in the army, but I dipped my toe back into boxing when I left the army, and it kind of kept me on the straight and narrow a little bit, but I still didn't feel like I had any purpose, even though I had kids and I had all sorts going on in my life.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, alcohol, I was going out every weekend. I was living the fucking Jack the Lad life. I was sniffing every weekend.
Yeah.
And before you know it, that becomes every 4 weeks. It becomes every 2 weeks. Then it becomes every 1 week.
Yeah.
And then next thing, you're in your bedroom watching fucking porn on your own, sniffing coke. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And I just fell into a bad habit. So at the time whilst that was happening, I was working for DPD. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually said this, but I kind of hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I believe you have to hit rock bottom to want to change. Loads of times I said I'm going to change, but I never really hit rock bottom. And what happened for me is I went out one night. Tyson Fury was fighting Usyk, the very first fight, and I went out and I went to watch some Thai boxing, and I were drink, I were sniff, and I were out with one of the lads from the gym, and I got in a bit of a fight with him, right, and I hit him, and if I caught him on the end of his nose, broke his nose, fractured his eye socket, and he fell back and he banged his head, and honestly, he hit the floor, right, and he banged his head bad, and we took him to hospital, and it were like fucking out. I'm thinking, oh, fuck me, I've killed him.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, imagine if he'd have died, yeah, from throwing one punch recklessly, pissed up, sniffed up. He was all right, thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that for me was my rock bottom, and that was like, listen, this needs
Something's
to
got to change.
This needs to stop. So I just fully locked into training.
So with this,
Stopped drinking
so with this, like, so obviously you just come out of the army, you get into your boxing. Was it more? So I used to find not always to a mad extreme state, but between fights, that's when, like, so you can almost like reward it, because if I were in fight camp, I were 150%, 200%.
Yeah.
And then what I used to do is then I'd go out for a couple of months after.
1,000,000%.
And then I'd only really have, again, like you said, a bit of focus or purpose, like, to set the next year, yeah. But that's such a vicious cycle, isn't it?
I did start that way. So I remember I started fighting on unlicensed, and I was thinking, right, and I was the same. First couple of unlicensed, I was like fully locked in, in. And then you'd have your fight, you'd win, fucking whatever. Afterwards, everyone would be celebrating you. You were the man, aren't you? You're the man.
Yeah,
You'd know how, you can live life, you'd get on it,
yeah.
this and that, and it'd be 2-3 days, and then you'd think, fucking out weekend, I haven't got no purpose, bang, back on it.
Yeah.
And that did happen. And then you get back in gym and you'd stop. But then that, for me, that's when I started doing it more and more and more. And then it got to the stage, like maybe on, say, the 5th or 6th unlicensed fight, on Sly, I'd have a little safe on my own, and then that's when you're like, fucking hell, that's when you know you've got problems.
Yeah.
I remember one of them, I fought Luke Dyson, fucking night before weighing. I went to Nando's, came out of Nando's and fucking had a key. Do you know what I mean? And I was still fucked the next day. And that's when you know. But at the time, I didn't see it like I had a problem.
Yeah.
The only time I realised I had a serious problem is when that happened with that one.
Yeah.
And it were a blessing in disguise, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want it to happen.
Yeah.
But I kind of needed something as drastic as that to open my eyes up and think, fucking hell, you're 30-odd-year-old, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
And so what were the first step after it? Was that like after that day it was just bombs, that was it? Like a big life change? What were your first step from there?
After that incident, it took 2 weeks. And don't get me wrong, I didn't get on it, but for 2 weeks I was just shitting myself that he was going to die.
Yeah.
So I was literally, I'll be honest, at one point I was considering, if he dies, I'm going to take my life here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how fucked it was. I thought, and I've got kids and everything.
Yeah,
That's how selfish it was. And then, so I just started doing a bit of research. And actually, if I'm being honest, like, Instagram and social media gets a bad rep. But I'd seen people had been going sober, and it's weird because I'd never really put it in Instagram and looked at it.
Yeah.
But all these reels started coming up about going sober.
Yeah, did you
Thinking, how do I know? And I'm like connecting the dots, and I started following certain people, watching their journey. It impacted me.
I think as well though, depending on, like, I bet our sorry mate, I bet our Instagram were different when we were younger though, do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know if it's the algorithm or whatever, but obviously you tend to find a lot of people in the same circle, whether Instagram, it works like that. You start watching the videos more.
Yeah, definitely.
You start watching videos more, and then after that, they start popping up more, don't they?
Absolutely. But the thing is, I used to watch these sober videos used to come up. These sober videos used to come up, and I used to think, fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Now, I'm putting these sober videos up 24/7. I bet people are thinking the same about me. But now, I actually don't give a shit, because it's corny to say. And yeah, I might put things out about saying, oh, I've gone sober now, I don't sniff and this and that. But if that can help one person,
yeah,
I'm fucking happy with that. And I know it does, because the amount of response of strangers that you don't know following you is fucking ridiculous.
It's like you said, because I've already, like, even from when we used to corner and going out and stuff like that. So I've obviously seen you at that place, and I've never seen you as happy, energized, just like small focus. So, like, even for people who know you as well, not just people who've seen you, because they'll only ever see you from this.
Yeah.
But like the shape that you've got in, like, I've seen you like with your probably your worst shape. You know what I mean?
10 kilograms I was.
Yeah.
Fuck. I struggled to walk up the steps at Gold to even do a session. But that's what I mean. It's like, it just changes. Don't get me wrong, you have to start with your mindset, don't you? Yeah. If you don't fix your mindset, and you have one foot in and one foot out, and you're not fully committed, you won't get nowhere in life. So I changed my mindset, and then obviously went sober, went through sobriety, and in return, what that gave me was that enabled me to fix myself, like my body. It didn't just change me physically, it changed my mental perception, how I deal with my emotions.
Yeah.
It changed my finances. Like in the last, I've been sober now just short of 2 years, and I've fucking probably achieved more in the last 2 years than what I have in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy, really. My only biggest regret is not
spending
fucking
weekends in
smoking.
bed. Yeah, of course. But no time like the present, mate, is there?
Definitely.
So, do you reckon, like, obviously you got an addictive personality, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
do you reckon that's transferred over to being a good trait now, though, into your fitness? Like, you've got to be. Plus, I'm guessing you want to keep yourself busy. You put the 6 o'clock in morning sessions on, so you've got to be up.
Yeah.
You've got to be up early.
I'll have a
You know what I
caffeine
mean?
as well.
Yeah, that's it. Of course, you have, especially when you're in the classes, and like you said, the energy around the people that you're training. I bet people who you train now can see difference more than ever, though, can't they?
Absolutely. But I also believe that surround yourself with similar people.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a circle of people that are doing it week in, week out, now it seems a bit cutthroat, but I kind of feel like you have to cut them people out of your life to get anywhere. And that's what I found at Burns Bootcamp. Everybody, I'm golden to the people that train. Everybody that's training is trying to better themselves in one way or another.
Yeah.
So you're all on the similar kind of path. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, going back to what you're saying there about addictive personality, fucking absolutely. Like, if people will see me training, I train 2 times a day, morning and night. I'll do that 6 days a week, and I'll have a Sunday off. And yeah, that's probably not the greatest structure for your body, but I need that mentally, because if not, I'm not saying I'd ever go back to it, but I'll have some.
Well, that will gonna be my question then, mate. Do you ever miss it though? Do you know, like,
I've had passing thoughts where I thought, for literally 30 fucking odd seconds, thought, I wonder if I had a line, whether I'd just have one line and stop. And then I think to myself,
you
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop lying to yourself.
What,
You know what I mean?
has there been any what's like hardest situation that you've been in? So, like, I'm just gonna take a small scale of this, because so, like, I went to a wedding do at weekend, and I'm not fine with, like, June, but I'm not a drink, like, seriously, I don't drink anymore, like, I think I was drunk on holiday last year, and then one other time at races, like, after, like, 6 or 7 months. Yeah, I drunk once, and then I had like, a bit of a rubbish month over December in terms of, like, drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
But
A lot of people do.
yeah, but again, I were ready. Hopefully, like, as you know, turning professional at boxing. Like, as long as I'm professional, I won't touch a drink.
Yeah.
That's
The thing with you, right? When you're locked in, you are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. And I just feel like I went out the weekend, and my missus, she had a good time. She had a few drinks. She didn't really drink at all anyway, but she did. It was good to see her unwind. It gets to a point sometimes then where you think, it probably would be. It'd have been good to have a couple of drinks, but
To socialise.
yeah, of course. But not to get hammered or thinking out loud, because I've made some of my worst decisions drinking me, and you know that.
Single one of my
Yeah,
decisions has come from it.
yeah, and so I just feel like, what have you been in any of them situations where you've struggled more than others, or do you try and, because you'll have been invited to weddings and stuff? Yeah, everyone's, it's free bar and perfect.
The only real struggle that I had, right, was, well, this is how I got there. For 6 months into sobriety, I cut everyone and everything off.
Yeah.
I had no social life. I didn't fucking go anywhere. I didn't go to boxing shows. I didn't do this. And I remember the first boxing show I went to, I was cornering, do you remember Ryan Winstanley?
Yeah.
I was cornering him on, I think it could have been Mark Holmes' show.
Yeah.
And everybody, you know what it's like, everyone in the crowd's fucking on it, everyone's after, they're going, oh, Pembo, this and that. No, when you are on this sobriety.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're trying to explain, people are trying to give you all sorts, and you're trying to explain you don't want it, and they're looking at you like, fucking sum it up with them, you don't want it.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest one. It was, but really, it was probably a bit of peer pressure, but I just got through it.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. And then the next day I was like, fucking.
Was that probably the hardest barrier that you've had to overcome then? And then, was that the big one where you thought, if I can do it, that's it, I can do it? Yeah.
And then what started happening after that is, once I started getting 6-7 months in, I started putting it on my Instagram that I've gone sober and this and that. And then I've kind of felt like that.
It's part of your personality now as well.
Yeah, that opened me up for people not kind of pushing it on me. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying people have bought the step back. Back in there, someone could have said, John, I said, give me full back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, but when I put it out there that I was doing it, that I was going sober, it kind of slowed down and it helped a little bit. But this is the thing with, like, social media, like some people, they'll see your content and they'll support you on the journey.
Yeah.
But you'll have some people that are close to you that are quite hating on you for the fact they're shooting down that route. It's serious, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. I think people they see that well, they don't want to make the change, do they? So
Yeah,
they've got something
exactly.
to say about
Yeah.
that. You also, it's just weird how now, like if you're eating good or you train all the time, you all seem to be outsider, and it's more normal now
Yeah.
to be out and drinking drugs, which is fucking crazy, really. Like whenever was that a thing? But so we've got about another 10 minutes, bro. So what I want to cover before it is like, what's the dream, mate? What do you want to do after this? Like, I mean, not after what's optimal? What's the pinnacle? Is you just enjoying the journey? Have you got your own?
So yeah, I've got goals, I've got dreams. I think if you haven't got goals, you haven't really got much purpose, have you?
Yeah, it's like running
you know
out.
what I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to have a vision. Like I mean, you've obviously probably read the book called The Secret Manifestation. I think everybody has. I'll manifest my goals every day.
Yeah.
And one of my to be honest, one of my goals was to be a coach. One of my goals was to have 25, 30 plus clients a week, which I've got them.
Yeah.
But once you start hitting them goals, you have to
Again,
exceed
drilled into it.
go
Yeah.
more and go for more. So on my list, obviously, I've got personal ones related to family and stuff like that, and holidays and all them kinds of things, like everyone else. But in the fitness side of it, I just want to own my own gym. I want to have my own people working for me, but I don't want to just be about fitness. Like my brand isn't about getting you fit. My brand is taking you from an average mindset to a savage mindset.
Yeah.
Like I want to turn people from thinking they can't do something to fucking knowing that they can do it.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Whether that be one, like I said, whether that be one person, 10 people, 100 people, that's all I want to do. I just want people to realise that anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And tell me about, because you've got a community page, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've set up, it's actually only been running 4 weeks now. A lady helped me set it up. I actually train her son. He's one of my clients, and she builds websites and things like that. And yeah, I set up a website for my boxing page to book on, and I have a community. It's an app, so they log into the community. It helps them with sobriety. It helps them track how well they're doing, how many days clean and sober they are. But what it does is, say if you're struggling, it's got like a bit of a chat on there where you can ask. It's got a bit of a chat on there. Is that right?
Yeah, you're all right, mate.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a chat on the app where so if someone's struggling, they'll click a thing and they'll say, I'm struggling today, I feel like having a drink or going out.
That's cool.
And it'll tell them it'll tell them the benefits of not doing it and how they'll regret it in the morning. It'll just have loads of different advice on it that'll help them. And I know, because sometimes as a person, right, if you want to go, if you've got an addictive personality and you want to go out and you want to get on it, yeah, right, but your friends aren't doing it, you're going to ring them up and say, oh, I'm dying to just have a line of cowie.
Yeah.
Whereas you have something there that's quite personal, and you just go on and it's quite secretive, and it'll help you get through, because all you need to get through is the next 10 minutes, the next 20 minutes, and then them thoughts will pass. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's the app I've got, and obviously in the app it has all your fitness plans, training plans.
Have you got a goal to scale that, like as big as you want? Or?
I just want, to be honest, I just want to get as many people in that community as possible, because I feel like the more people in the community, at the minute there's about 25 people in the community in the app, which isn't bad to say. It's been running 4 weeks, but it will build. It'll build. It's a long term kind of.
Mate, look at this podcast that way. I do it like, and the thing is as well. Yeah, I'm trying, mate. But that's the thing is, if you love doing it, it's not so much about the number. You enjoy it, mate. You enjoy it.
Job.
And there's no pressure to build it, because you can do it forever, and over time, just doing it time and time and time. There's only one way it can do is to grow. That's it.
Do you know what I think? It's momentum. Once you've got momentum and the ball's rolling, it's hard to stop something.
Only takes one day for something to click as well, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like you get caught by the right person, right eyes. Someone comes in and wants to project it out to the world or whatever. You never know, do you? But
it's funny you actually say about like it not being a job, because yesterday with my birthday, I was fucking 39-year-old, and I had clients in, and loads of people were wishing me happy birthday, and someone messaged me and they said, oh my God, you're working on your birthday. And I was like, well, I'm not really working. She was like, well, you are, you've got clients. And I went, well, I don't really see it as a job, even though, yeah, I'm getting paid. I've got bills to pay. I need that money coming in. But for me, because I enjoy it so much, I'd probably pay them. Them. Do you know what I mean? I fucking love it. So it ain't a job to me. And that's why I know that I'll never burn out
Yeah.
doing it. Like, I might listen to people's problems and think, fuck's sake, here and there. But I can't burn out because I just love it.
Yeah, not
About it.
not as long as you want to, like, until, again, like you've just said, like you will get the gym. I've no doubt you'll get your own gym and that, but you'll find something else to do as well. Do you know what I mean? You'll don't get your own gym and go, that's me done, and then be every now.
Right, so
That's it, retire.
in relapse.
Yeah.
Sucky now. But yeah, it's just fucking, it's life, innit? You've got to have goals. You've got to keep achieving them. And if you don't have, even if you don't hit your goals, right? If you haven't got the goals there in the first place, I'd rather try and hit something and not reach it than not have nothing.
I try and say to everyone, you've got to try and enjoy the journey, aren't you? Like, that's the thing is, I'm always trying to enjoy it. To be fair, I'm in a bit of a weird patch at minute because I'm waiting for this pro card news to come back.
I know.
And then I'm waiting. Oh God, yeah. Well, it's supposed to be like 11th of February. So, anyone who didn't know now, you know.
How are you?
Well, now you know. I'm hoping. But yeah, so until it comes through, like, there's no confirmation yet until that comes through. But you're sort of in limbo land where I'm like, I love the trip. Yeah, but I want the life.
Yeah.
Like that. So I've PT'd since I worked in gym since I was 15. I've been PTing like 15 years, and I've done the same thing all the
I've got
time.
a question for you though. Do you think that you will, when you're pro, will you still continue PT?
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to.
It's hard, innit? Don't get me wrong. If you make it big time, you'd fucking change it. You'd have to face.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, more for performance.
Yeah, but also this is the thing. Like, when you're starting off in that pro game, it's not easy money, is it?
No, is it?
Let's be right about it. It's not.
I've just literally had this conversation with P. Says, mate, we need to start looking at some sponsors and that, because I'd love at least 1 year. It might not be this year, but I want that one.
Anyone who knows me wants to sponsor, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, get in touch. Get a great guy, shit boxer in the group. No, he's not. He's a quality boxer.
Yeah, no. So I just want at least 1 year in my life living like a true professional athlete, where that's me. That's the single most important thing. And I can still have the gym. I can still teach classes, but
you're flexible with it, aren't you?
Yeah, but just not taking the wear and tear on your arms. Like, I've just got in box today, and then I've got, so once this is done, I've got sessions from like I said, like 20 past 3 on through till 9, no gaps. So that I'm in first thing at 7. I think I've got 12 sessions booked into it. It's like, and I've got to perform in between.
And this is the thing, like I'm saying about, you don't burn out because when you're in the sessions, because you're training people, because you enjoy it. But what you do realise is when you finish and there's no clients and you've gone home, yeah.
And the thing is as well, mate, you know, I like to recover. Yeah, when I was younger as well, like I could just go home and I could just sit down. I've got kids and that now, and
there's no break, is there?
No,
sometimes?
There's zero break. Zero break.
I know exactly what you mean there, mate.
My biggest break will be half an hour legged out on this so free, mate. Like, if anyone could see any other time, mate, I'm like,
cameras off.
Yeah, as soon as that camera's off, yeah, even if I've got half an hour, like I'm that busy, mate. I can set an alarm for 10 minutes.
Do you know what? You are a busy guy though. You're always like, you're here, you're there, you're here. Yeah. You've got 2 minutes here. I've got to go.
Well, like I said to you, mate, so I were in here this morning at 7, and then nipped out for some breakfast, come straight back. I had sessions all the way up to when I was going to Leeds, to Golden Team, to box, straight in here, do the podcast.
Right, that's part of the journey.
Yeah.
All them rushing about here,
100%.
Not having time for yourself.
Yeah.
This is the process. This is the journey. This is the grind.
Yeah.
You know what to say. And without any of this, you need to do this to get to the end.
And like, I like them photos where it's like, you know, people in like an arena, and it says to get it first you've got to do it, and it's proper shithole like working men's clubs, and I love that sort of thing. I just wish sometimes I think Skipper's kind of done with them that. Yeah, let me. Yeah, because I left it like yourself. We've left it to. I mean, better now than never, but left it late to start making.
How old are you, guys?
Be 33 this year.
33, yeah. So you really need to get rolling now, don't you?
At a professional level, like you're talking, your 35 is going to be an absolute peak in it. I don't want to box after I'm 35, so like when board asked me,
you need to have a solid year of getting your license, don't you?
Yeah. Well, you need to get coming up ladder a little bit, and then
it's mad though, because like the problems you've gone through getting this license now. It's like not just you, like look at Danny Neer as well.
Yeah.
1 minute they're saying you got, what did they say? You've got to have 20 unlicensed.
Yeah, so at first you could have just had one fight. So when I when I first went to apply, so Mushy, no Mushy, so he went in, he'd had 4 unlicensed, 1, 2, lost 2, got straight through for his pros, right? So I broke my leg, and then they changed the rules like 3 months later that you've got, like, unlicensed don't exist anymore. It's,
See, I always thought that unlicensed doubled amateur.
no,
So every 2 unlicensed was the equivalent of 1
yeah,
amateur.
yeah,
That's what I thought.
absolutely scrapped it now.
So
So
basically, if you've got any unlicensed,
unlicensed,
I'll go back into
yeah,
amateur.
unlicensed now, and how they talk about it is like blasphemy, like,
Well, it's mad because Fabio Wardley came from fucking
yeah,
unlicensed.
Ishmael Davis.
Yeah.
So none of them had any amateur fights. And I'd had, I think I was, with my MMA fights and that as well, I'd had 16 fights already. I'd never been beaten boxing.
Did the class MMA towards it?
Well, that were MMA amateurs as well. So you used to be able to you only had to have an MMA fight, and then you could still go in for an interview and go in front of the board.
It's
It's all just
Do you know what it is though? It's all money and that.
Yeah, I've took the long. I think it's all this YouTube boxing, really.
Yeah.
That's changed it. Which so it should. I feel like.
What do you think to the YouTube boxing? Do you agree with
Oh,
me? Do you not agree
Jesus,
with it?
mate, that is another podcast on its own, and I think I'm all down for it, me.
I am. Same.
It brings more nice to it, and I'll be honest, mate.
It's good to watch, innit?
Mate,
I get pissed off sometimes that I'm more entertained, that I'm more hyped up about watching fucking Jake Paul find someone else than like 2 absolute bangers that have trained all life.
Mate, we all joke, don't we? And we're like Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul, but who didn't want to watch it? Who didn't want to watch it? Yeah, so. But yeah, mate, we'll have to do that again and have a proper podcast on that alone. But
fucking hell, we'll be here for 2 hours talking about that one.
Oh mate, I could talk to you forever anyway, bro. But you just tell us where to wrap it up, bro. Where can everyone find you? What's your app called?
So I'm on Instagram, Pembo's Boxing and Fitness. I box out a Golden Team. I work out a Golden Team gym. I run privates out of there. I run a group boxing class on a Wednesday at Burns Bootcamp, which is in Wakefield. If anybody wants to see my website and my app, if you go onto my Instagram or my TikTok, you'll see the links to buy in the bio. Yeah, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. Well, everyone, as always, like and subscribe, Pembo.
Thank you, right? It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, everybody. See you next time.